Hey Jessica, happy
Hi.
Friday. How are you doing? Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Whoop, whoop. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm delightful.
My pool opened today, but it's 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, no, I'm not going swimming. It's literally like 40 degrees outside here and I want to die.
That's crazy.
I want to go. I look out at the water every day and I'm just like, I want to get inside of you. That sounded wrong. Never mind.
That was crazy.
I love I love the water. Um yeah, so today is a little bit different. It's a
For
little
what?
bit of a diff for today's episode.
Oh, I thought you just said
Yeah, just I'm feeling different today,
I'm like,
like
yeah, we didn't do
usually,
book club today. That's the difference, right?
yeah, we didn't do book club. We also have a really fun thing today.
Could be fun. Could be
I think it's
incredibly
gonna be fun.
awful.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be the first installment of what we are calling Tipsy Tales. It's basically just a ripoff of Drunk History.
Well, yeah, but everything's a ripoff of something, so like, who
Everything's
cares?
a
We're all gonna
ripoff of
die.
something. Yeah, so it's Tipsy Tales where we are going to be under the influence of our favorite inhibitors, whatever you want to call it. And for instance, I am drinking ranch water, which is not just watered down ranch dressing. I've had I've had to explain that to people. It's a beverage. Look it up. Delicious.
It's just tequila and like soda water and like lime.
Yeah, beautiful.
You don't have to
Everything,
look it up.
everything that I need. Everything and everything that. And then Jessica's having her own
Cur
fun little party.
Currently, I have a liquid death severed lime. My fave thing to sip on when I garden.
Yeah, Jessica's been spending time in her garden today. She's been gardening some cherries.
Yeah,
Muy,
I do
muy
like cherries.
delicioso. I'm not a big cherry person.
Well,
Like
probably
in like a
because,
beverage, but I like cough medicine. When I was little, I used to pretend to be sick so I could drink cough syrup because I like the flavor.
if I didn't know you, that'd be concerning. But I do know you, and that's normal for me.
Yeah, no, I remember we were on vacation one time and I knew that my mom had cough syrup with her just in case we got sick. So I remember I started going and then I was like, "Mom, I don't feel good." She's like, "Oh, here's some of this." And then immediately after I drank it, I was like, "Haha, I lied. I wasn't sick."
Your substance abuse started at 5 years old.
We were in Canada too.
Love Canada. Shout out Canada.
Oh, Canada, the land
Sorry, I'm
I
closing
call
my pop.
my home. Oh, Canada. That's all I know of the national anthem of Canada. And I only know it because my dad was a big hockey guy, so they always
Hockey.
sing that. Yeah, they always sing that at the. Shut up. They always sing that at the beginning of hockey games, I think.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we doing today, Caitlin?
I already said that.
Did
Did
you?
you already forget? Yeah.
I'm
Jeez, I think
gonna
somebody
go take a
is hitting the
bath.
shovel. Some I think somebody was hitting the shovel a little too hard.
The shovel.
Because you're gardening?
That was the funniest thing you've ever said.
I'm really
Oh,
proud of
lordy.
that one. I'm really proud.
Alright.
Um,
This is gonna be a
so,
disaster. I'm so sorry. I wrote like a 3 page essay, not essay, I like wrote like 3 pages of notes because I'm very passionate about my subject.
okay. Well, should we
I'm going
introduce both
first,
of
by
our
the way.
subjects?
You
Should
want to
we
do?
both introduce our subjects?
Sure.
Okay. So, Jessica, what is your subject going to be that you're going to tell to us today?
I'm going to be explaining the Renaissance in art.
That is beautiful. So far away from my topic, which is I'm going to be talking about Xerxes the Great, the Persian king who once punished the sea.
Slay.
Literally.
I feel
Okay.
so awkward. I feel like I'm teaching.
You are teaching because we are all here students and we are loving it.
Ew.
Me and all
Oh,
of my personalities.
that is so
Okay,
real. Okay, okay, okay,
girl, mess me up with this Renaissance knowledge.
okay. I'm just gonna read from my notes. I'm not gonna like try to make this good. I'm sorry. All right.
Just
The
talk.
Renaissance period came about in the 14th century. Now, Renaissance in the name itself means rebirth, and it was an abrupt end to the Middle Ages. Slay. Okay.
Work. The Dark Ages. Yes, Slay Queen.
Okay. Um, so in 1401, a competition was held in Florence to award the commission to have bronze doors being placed on the baptistry of San Giovanni in the Piazza
Ooh,
del Duomo. Didn't say that right.
ooh.
So I don't explain it too much, but that started it. So there's like these huge doors, and they wanted it
Mhm.
all sculpted, and there was
Was
like,
it so that you could walk through them?
well, they are
Because you're
doors.
tall. Because you're tall. Get it?
Because I said really large doors.
Yeah, because you're really tall.
I'm gonna get you a cat door for when you come over.
Please do.
I really should have looked up some of these Italian names prior. I'm so sorry. I only know like the whatever. No one
Well,
cares.
they're all dead.
I'm gonna go take a bath. Alrighty. Lorenzo Ghiberti, Filippo Brunelleschi, shut the fuck up, and Donatello, they left for Rome and they immersed themselves in the study of ancient architecture and sculpture. And it's said to be the founder of Renaissance painting was Masaccio.
Mm.
Love him, great guy.
Mistachio.
The Renaissance period focused on naturalism. Anatomy was studied and things were becoming more structured. And the most famous and important family during this Renaissance was unarguably the Medici family. They're a whole nother episode of themselves. They were crazy. And the things that there's a museum now of their old house in Italy.
What is that one Medici guy's name? The one that I would know?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Something di Medici?
I didn't look up their
Oh,
names.
okay, whatever. No, I'm
Um,
kidding.
during their ascendancy, the Medici subdivided virtually the entire range of humanistic is the word, Jessica, and artistic activities associated with the Renaissance. And they had a lot of money. A lot of money.
They had
Can't
stacks on
relate.
deck, like they saving up.
When
Would you
you
say they
think of
were
the,
real? They were real?
oh, do you have any questions so far?
No, I'm just making commentary.
Oh no, I'm just asking. Do you have any questions?
No questions, just
Okay.
commentary because that's my thing.
Okay, we go. Um, when you think of the Renaissance, you probably think of the High Renaissance, which is where all the most popular art comes from, some of it.
And
Uh,
you?
the I am not that
I-
old.
No, the high Renaissance, because
Oh,
you like to garden.
I thought you meant because it's so long ago. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Anyway, the High Renaissance art, which flourished for about 35 years, from the early 1490s to 1527, when Rome was sacked by imperial troops, um, revolves around three towering figures: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. So, Da Vinci specifically,
I have a
um,
question.
go ahead.
We're not talking about the Ninja Turtles, right?
I'm gonna cut you. She's laughing so her face is she's so funny. hmm hmm
I had
The
to.
disrespect. No, it was really funny. I need a bev. Hold on. Liquid death, not spawns, obviously. Now I could go into like a 4-page essay on Da Vinci. I have, but I won't.
Save that. We'll save that for another day.
I'm
Maybe next time.
in my notes. I said I have to state that at the time, Da Vinci was already ahead of his time in his research in anatomy. His most famous works include the Mona Lisa and Last Supper. Michelangelo,
Okay.
his early sculptures, such as the Pietà and David, reveals the breathtaking technology. That's not the word I wrote down. Reveals a breathtaking technical
Did you say
ability in
breathtaking?
yes,
Breathtaking?
breath.
Oh, like why are they taking people's
Take a
breaths?
shot, Caitlin.
No.
I lost my space. No one cares. Anyway,
Okay.
technical ability in concert with a disposition to bend rules of anatomy and proposition in the service of greater expressive power. I don't know what I just read. I don't know what I wrote. Sorry.
They were expressive, and we love that.
Yeah. Michelangelo thought of himself as a sculptor, yet his best work is the painting he did in the Sistine Chapel. Um, according to, well, specifically on that, it was completed in 4 years, and he took on many painters' assistants to help with the fresco. It was said that he was gay as well. We love a gay icon.
Honestly, way ahead of his time. Gay icon, artiste,
I mean, it was probably problematic because they were
inventor.
probably young, but like, I
Yeah.
have 3 brain cells right now. I can't think that much.
Okay, so maybe
Um,
not totally, not maybe not slay the house down boots for him. Maybe
just
slay down the prison cell.
oh Jesus Christ. Okay, just in case you don't know, fresco means the direct application of paint onto wet plaster. It has to be worked on quickly, and as the plaster dries, the color absorbs and it's fixed into place.
So when people are like, I'm doing this al fresco, that's what they mean.
Wait, what'd you say?
When people say, oh, I'm doing this al fresco, that's what they mean.
I don't, maybe. Anyway,
I feel like I've heard someone say that.
Raphael, another one of the Ninja Turtles. His
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles on a half shell, turtle power. His greatest work, School of Athens, was painted in the Vatican at the same time that Michelangelo was working on the Sistine Chapel. He differed from Leonardo, however, in his prodigious output, his even temperament, and his preference for classical harmony and clarity. Now, the Renaissance as a unified historical period ended with the fall of Rome in 1527. Slay.
Work, 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 work. We should just
Um,
stab Caesar. Is that the right
no,
time?
I don't
Oh.
know. I have no idea. I don't know any history if it's not like art related. And
Oh, okay.
like okay, anyway. This is a quote from some article. The strains between Christian faith and classical humanism, led by Mannerism in the later part of the 16th century, is what came after. That being said, there were artists still continuing to celebrate Venus and the Virgin Mary, including Caravaggio and many more. Now, Caravaggio, he's in the Renaissance era, but he also is the beginning of the Baroque era. I just wanted to say that.
So would he have done his Renaissance era tour
Oh,
all
hold
the
on,
way
I
up to
might
the
have to
Baroque
yawn. Hold
era?
on. Ah, anyway, Caravaggio's my dude. He's one of my favorite artists. Bro's great. I'd take him out for a beer.
Give him some shots.
Hell yeah.
I would love to take any of these people out and be like, here's modern day
Oh
tequila.
my god, don't even get me into time travel. Like, I would use it to be so selfish and just go talk to these artists. Anyway,
I I
um,
We'll talk about time travel another day. I have my
Oh,
ideas of
that's a
how I
great
would
idea.
travel.
Okay, Caravaggio employed close physical observation with a dramatic use of chiaroscuro, which is a strong contrast between light and dark, bold contrasts that affect the whole painting. It's so dramatic, it's so cunty, I love it. Um,
Slay.
Caravaggio Caravaggio vividly expressed crucial moments in scenes, often featuring violent struggles, torture, and death. Also slay. Um,
Literally.
his influence can be seen directly or indirectly in the works of Peter Paul Rubens,
Peter Paul
Gian
Mary.
Lorenzo Bernini, and Rembrandt. My favorite painting of his is The Calling of St. Matthew, 1600. Caitlin, look that up.
Again, I wasn't listening. I'm just kidding. I
Who's
was listening. I just couldn't
surprised?
hear it.
I just
I
want you
know
to
I
look it
was
up.
listening. I just don't remember what you said.
The
What
Calling
was it
of
called?
St. Matthew, 1600.
Also, that made me sound like a jerk. I've been listening to you and paying attention. I just could not remember what the name of that painting was because I also thought you were saying it was the Calling of Satan.
Oh, slay.
Calling of Saint Matthew, 1610,
1600.
1600.
Besides his self-portraits are so cool. But I have a conclusions
When
paragraph
I
when you are
sing.
done.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Slay diva.
Work. That's beautesque. Beautesque. Beautiful.
Grotesque, that's what she wanted to say.
No. Okay.
Okay,
Give me
all in
that
all,
conclusion.
the Renaissance shaped the art we have today. It's the mark of the transition of Jesus Christ. It's the mark of the transition into the early modern age. Along with Renaissance humanist philosophy, it spread through Europe, affecting both artists and their patrons with the development of new techniques and new artistic sensibilities. It combined influences of an increased awareness of nature, a revival of classical learning, and a more individualistic view of a man, of men. Not a man, not a singular man.
Hey man, which man?
I don't know,
Peter
some
Fasinelli?
ooh, hey.
Peter Fasinelli. I'll take a good singular look at that
Dude,
man.
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, just don't stumble the last couple sentences, Jessica. And that's what I fucking did.
Hey, I
Oh,
really enjoyed that. I
thanks.
love a good museum. I love a good art museum.
You remember
I
the
like to
last time we went to the museum together?
no, yes, I do remember.
No, it
Now I
was
have to pay to enter that museum, the DIA.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
now I have to
like
pay to
this
get in there.
fact, that fact.
And you're just like here, and then I just like, and then I'm like looking at things, and I'm
You're
just
like,
like, yeah,
uh-huh.
I know. I'm just like, yes, I am an art person. I know what art is. This is, I feel like me going to an art museum is like the episode of Parks and Rec where April is doing um sommelier training
Mm,
to be like she's doing that sommelier contest to be a sommelier because she just wants
hmm
to get drunk and make fun of people. I feel like that's
Dude, I
me
ordered Taco Bell.
always. I'm not
I
paying
do
for
that.
it this time because I have to drive 8 hours next week.
She bought me Taco Bell last time. It was a couple weeks ago. And she was drunk and she's like, you deserve it, Slay. She bought me
I sent
a
you money.
quesadilla.
I bought you quesadilla. Like, yes, work. Well, one time I also paid you to chug your drink. When I have
Anytime, yes.
been drinking, well, I wrote down one time I said nobody should interact with me when I have been drinking
No, 100% agree. You will make
because
everything
I'm,
everyone else's problem.
yes, everything is everyone else's problem and I'm just obnoxious and I hate myself. Like,
No,
it's
it's
so
so
annoying.
fun. You're so fun.
I
Anyway.
try to
Oh,
be
I wanted
fun,
to say,
but
um,
yes.
that was a very brief description. There's like a million other things you could get into with it, but
Oh no, I
Yeah.
know. I expect nothing less from you because you when I have a question about art, all I have to do is Jessica probably knows. And then I can be
Okay,
like, "Hey
that's
Jessica."
thanks.
I
That's a
can be
little
like, "Hey
much though.
Jessica, what was the Michelangelo thing that he did that was popular?" And you'd be like, "Blah blah blah, blah blah blah." Give me the exact right answer.
Okay, thanks.
It's a quote from The Office. It's when Kelly Kapoor,
Oh.
I went to Yale Business School over the summer and now I'm super smart. You could say, Kelly, what's the what's the biggest company in America right now? And I'd go, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, give me the exact right answer. You can
Oh,
cut
okay.
all you can cut all that. That was really stupid.
No, go ahead.
Um
What are we talking about for yours?
so mine is you know, I'm a big history guy. I love history. I love funny history.
Sure.
So today we are going to be talking about the Persian king Xerxes, known as Xerxes the Great, um, who one time punished the sea.
Tell me all about it.
Yeah. So he, you know, so Xerxes one, or Xerxes the Great became the ruler. Um, I can't remember what the name of the empire is. It starts with an A and it's complicated and I can't say it. I'll mess it up. But he became the ruler in 486 BCE, so before Common Era, when he
Right.
inherited the throne from his father, which, by the way, his father's name was Darius.
Okay, Queen.
And Darius the Great, like, who names your kid in 486 or whenever his dad was born? Darius back in ancient Greece.
I like it.
Um, oh, it's their empire. It was the Achaemenid Empire,
The
and
Arkham
it was the
Asylum?
no, I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Um, but it was the largest empire that the world had ever seen. Like this empire stretched like from Egypt through like the Caucasus, you know.
Cock. No, I know.
um, so so one of Darius the Great's biggest defeats was the Battle of Marathon against the Greeks in 490 BCE. Fun fact, that battle is linked to that legend of that guy, like Philadelphus, I don't know what his name is, who ran from Marathon to Athens to announce the Greeks' victory, which
Mm,
inspired the modern day, what the marathons of today. Like, that's why, like, a marathon is the length that it is. Because it's like the
interesting.
distance between Athens and Marathon. Um, so Xerxes, he came to power and he's like, "I guys, like I have to defend my dad. He was humiliated in Greece. I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna rule and you guys are not gonna like me." So, he prepared a massive invasion force. And so back in like ancient times, the whatever his name is, Herodias, whatever that ancient Greek historian guy is, he um he had said that his force was about like in like the 2 point something million, but
Mm,
modern day historians believe that it was roughly between like 50,000 to 300,000 people. So I mean, still a lot of people, but he was like, "Yeah, I need all these people. We're going to go to Greece and we're going to take over and I'm going to avenge my father." Total Batman vibes.
it's funny you
With his
say that because the Arkham Asylum is from Batman.
Oh, that's funny. Maybe that's why maybe that's why, because of the Achaemenid Empire. And he was like, "I'm gonna avenge my parents who died." So his plan was to cross what was called, at the time it was called the Hellespont, but now I believe it's called the Dardanelles. And it's a strait between Asia and Europe. And he wanted to construct a a huge pontoon bridge made of ships tied together so that his army could just march right into Greece
My cat just
instead
ran
of.
into the microphone.
That is amazing. She's like, I want to be on TV.
I don't know if any that picked up, but sorry if it did. He needs attention.
Um, I need attention. Give me attention. Okay, sorry. But yeah, so he wanted to construct this huge pontoon bridge made of ships tied together so that his army could just march into Greece because he didn't want to like do too much naval stuff to like he didn't want to like sail around for a while. He just wanted them to just walk there. And so, um, and then like the part where he was trying to cross was about like 3/4 of them. Was it? No, it wasn't. I don't know. I actually I don't think I have it written, but it wasn't like a super huge area he wanted to cross. I don't think.
Mm.
But I think it was like 1,400 yards. I don't know. It was. I don't know. It was a decent area that he needed to cross. Um, but so so good old Xerxes, he had his engineers start working on the bridge, and so all of a sudden a storm hit and it destroyed the bridge. So
Oh
he
no.
was sad. Yeah, they destroyed the bridge, and so instead of just being like, well, great, my plans have been ruined, but I must start again. Because he thought he was divine, like him, his
Mm.
dad, his whole empire, they thought they were divine.
Most men do.
He was 100%. He's like, this is a personal slight from Mother Nature herself. The sea must pay. Like he was, oh, he like literally thought that Poseidon was like, yo, take Xerxes out. Like I'm pretty sure that like I think it was like his dad back in the day like shot like into the sky to either like get Zeus to come down from the mountain or to like kill Zeus or something. I don't know. They were cray cray back then.
We're cray cray.
Like they would be in an asylum today. So yeah. So you know what he had? So what he had his soldiers do?
What'd he do?
Take a guess. Take a guess.
Throw
What do you
rocks
think?
at the sea? I don't know.
He had his soldiers whip the sea 300
Wait,
times.
you're serious?
What? 100% serious. He
Oh
had them
lordy.
whip the sea 300 times while yelling at it and cursing at it. And if that's not bad enough, he had them throw chains into the water,
Oh no.
symbolizing its
Shelby.
enslavement to him. Like he was like, "You are my slave," to the sea. He threw chains in there, like,
That's
and then
insane.
he ordered them to have hot irons pressed into the waves as if they were branding them like a cow.
Shelby, get off the keyboard. My goodness, little girl.
Sassy
Okay,
cat.
hold on. Let me put her down. She can't be here. I'm sorry. I'll pet you later.
Sassy kitty cat. But
Sorry.
Jess, this dude, no, it's okay. Shelby Cat is being a sassy girl. But this dude, he was a full on crashing out over this.
That's
Like,
crazy.
isn't it crazy? Just like imagine like today, like if
The waves
somebody's
have
bridge fell
feelings.
down, it's like people would be protesting. They'd be like, guys, the ocean, there's fish in there. People have died.
People are
Um,
dying, Kim.
Kim, people are dying. But it's like, dude, like just chill out. You can build another bridge.
Build a bridge and get over it, bro.
Literally. Um, but so yeah, so he eventually, they did build another bridge. And his army was able to march across, and they fought for about a year, and then they were ultimately defeated. So it was all for nothing. And so he did. Oh,
Over
sorry, not
dramatic.
Prussia. Yeah, he did return to Persia, and then he was eventually assassinated in 465 BCE in a palace coup, and then his son took over.
Was it like a
So
chicken
yeah,
coop?
Yes. The chickens
Mm.
came out of the coop and were like, dude, you're crazy. You made us stab the sea.
The chicken stabbed the sea too?
Yes, obviously they had chickens stab the sea. Who wouldn't? If I had a chicken, I'd be like, stab the sea, bro. Oh, you don't love me.
What is going on in this here house?
But yeah, so that's Xerxes, the king who punished the sea.
I feel like he just needed to go to therapy.
I feel like he just needed to take a nap.
Love a good nap.
Like, I feel like if he just like laid down for a second, didn't like use his emotions that much, like he obviously had unregulated emotions and probably schizophrenia. Like if you anybody who thinks that they are divine, probably you know how many like kings probably were just schizophrenic because like what is it like King Louis of France, he probably was just schizophrenic because he literally thought he was a descendant of God himself.
That's crazy.
Like it's insane. But yeah, that's
Charles, you leave her alone. I have a cat problem tonight, apparently.
well, it's because you don't usually let them in here when we're doing this.
No, I don't. They
Like they're
were in
being
here when I got
sassy.
in here, so I'm like, I feel rude kicking them out.
Okay. No, I get that. Thankfully, my little puppy dog is almost 11 years old, so she's just like she's sleeping.
She's just chilling.
She was jumping around earlier, but then she tired herself out.
Oh, Wiki
Cause she,
Woo.
'cause she does act like a puppy. She runs around. She does. When I got home and I let her out of her cage,
Mm.
she um ran around for like 5 minutes before she would even like, eat.
Oh.
She was like, "I have the zoomies." She's like, "I've been locked up," but she has to be locked up because sometimes she's sassy, and also
Pets
she
are
gets really
great.
anxious. Eureka gets anxious,
Like
so
mother,
she
like
likes.
daughter.
Yep, Eureka. She loves to be in a small space. Like when she gets
Also
nervous,
you.
same. Like she gets nervous, she goes and hides in the bathroom. I remember one time I couldn't find her. It was when I was still living with my grandma. I couldn't find her one
Mm.
day, and I was looking for her. I was nervous. I thought she like got outside, like in the front yard, and like ran away. And I went because there was like loud sound. I think there was fireworks.
Mm.
And I went and she had wedged herself in
Oh.
between the toilet and the bathtub, and it was maybe like half a foot of space. She had wedged
Oh.
herself in between there because she was so afraid of the sounds, and that's the only way she felt comfortable.
Poor girl.
The poor baby angel. But yeah, I think this was fun. I loved learning about
Oh yeah.
history and art. Your art is the prettiest art of all the art.
Thanks.
It's also from The Office.
Mm. See, this isn't even my favorite period. Don't even get me started on my favorite.
Well, we'll just have to do another one of these and we'll pick like a another thing to talk about.
Jessica nerds out.
This is
Why did I
Jessica
call
Nerds
myself
Out.
Jessica? Ew.
I call you Jessica.
I know, you're the only person that does.
I've called you Jess maybe a handful of times, but I like calling people by their full government names. It
Yeah,
gives
I
me
call you Caitlyn, so like,
that's literally like only like a few people call me Katie.
yeah.
Like, but I feel like I'm too formal of a person to be called Katie regularly.
I feel like maybe in your 30s you could become a Katie, but like spelt
Maybe.
the way you spell it.
Yeah. Well, because like my family, they call me Katie.
Hmm.
But that's because they called me Katie when I was a baby. My grandma was really upset
And what was that other
because,
name that your dad called you?
oh yeah, my dad used to call me Edith because on the Archie Bunkers, like that show, whatever that show was, he would
Mm,
call his wife Edith a dumb ass. And so instead of calling me that in public, my dad would just call me Edith.
that's
I
insane.
didn't realize that that was like bad until like maybe 5 years ago. I thought it was like funny, like haha.
Crazy.
But yeah. So I think we delivered. We talked about random things. We went off
Delivered
topic.
what? We don't
Well,
have
we
an
promised to get.
agenda.
I have an agenda, and it's called being cool.
I have an agenda. It's called going to get Taco Bell. And by going to get, I mean the delivery man comes to me. Charles, this
Going
cat,
to your
man.
doorstep. He's a sassy
Charlie.
monster.
Oh, he found a hiding spot. Never mind.
Mm.
Oh,
You better hide because I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna steal you.
oh yeah, you're
Just
coming down next weekend.
I know I'm excited. I have an eight. I have an 8.5 to 9 hour drive,
Mm-hmm.
depending on traffic and how long I stop for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be fun. But yeah,
You're going to a wedding, my sister's
the
birthday
wedding.
party. We're going to a concert. We're going to see Lilo
We're
and
gonna
Stitch.
we're gonna have a fun,
And that
amazing time.
entire time we will be drunk. And then
Thank
we're gonna come to
God.
my apartment and we're gonna go swimming and we're gonna go get margaritas with Mexican
And we're
food
gonna have a
and my boyfriend's
Twilight
gonna drive us.
marathon. Yep, we got our driver. We should get him like a little hat.
No, no, we're not doing that.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. I just want to say my sister's birthday is next week. And her birthday party is themed and everybody has to dress up as their favorite Bob. So I naturally am Bob Ross.
Mhm.
Caitlin, what are you?
I'm going as a Bob Pinciotti from that 70 show,
And my
and
sister
I'm
is gonna
very
be,
excited.
yeah, my sister is gonna be SpongeBob, and my brother-in-law is going to be Doodle Bob,
Little Bob.
and my niece is gonna be Bob the Minion.
Bob's your uncle. Oh, I
I'm
should just
so
be an
excited. I'm gonna
uncle.
take so many pictures. Huh?
I should have just gone as an uncle, and then it's like Bob's your uncle.
That is a thing you would do.
I would do that, and nobody would understand it. They'd be like, "You're
This is my
stupid."
uncle. Okay.
Honest, honest, honestly, I don't think many people will really care about my Bob Pinciotti costume.
No, you'll just look like a 70s bro.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be
I have
funny
to.
because we're both gonna be in like froze, and like
I'm both being afros.
I'm
I
bringing
just have to.
a palette and I'm putting face paint on it and I'm gonna face paint anybody who wants to be face painted. I
No,
don't know
she's
how
just
well
gonna.
it'll be because I will
She's just
not
gonna walk
be
up to people
sober.
and be like, "That's gonna be so funny." You can just like paint genitalia on people's faces.
I thought more so like, hey, I want a fish on my face.
Okay, I guess you don't like to party.
I don't know. I mean, I can. I don't really know many of the people there. It's just me and you against the world, Caitlin. Let's go.
Honestly. Oh, I full on had a mental breakdown and cut off my hair.
I really like it.
It's halfway to a mullet.
I think that's your vibe.
Honestly, it probably is. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I think
This is fun. What did I
I
say?
think this
This is
is
this
fun.
was fun.
Yeah,
This
this
was
was fun.
fun.
This was fun. I think yeah, I think we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think many nights have been ruined
Oh, I forgot
because of
people
this.
were listening to this. I was just chatting.
Maybe. I think my night's been ruined, your night's been ruined. You had to listen to me about Xerxes.
It's everything I expected from you,
Thank you.
which I love. And everything you expected from me, I'm assuming.
100%. I was like, it's gonna
Yeah.
be art, it's gonna be history, it's gonna be fabulous.
We've known each other 20 years. This is you can't surprise me anymore.
No, unless like I was like, what if I was just like, I want to talk to you today about math?
I'd hang up on you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drink my ranch water, and
And you're gonna FaceTime me so we can continue our evening.
I'm gonna be really cool because
No,
I'm
she's
cool.
not.
I'm the coolest person in the world.
Okay, have a good night.
Toodaloo.
Bye.